Hi, Taurus. Well, after a long period of hermitage, you're actually deciding to put your energy back out there. And you're realizing that your energy has changed a lot. You are more self empowered, more driven, more passionate about your life than you were just in the recent future. And you might be wishing upon a star now. Choosing to bring more passion back into your life and actually open yourself up to others, whether it be looking for a friendship or a passionate encounter right here. So let's get into it. You don't want to be burnt from what's happened in the past here, but you want to open yourself up to starting to enjoy your life again. And it's come off the back of forgiveness of yourself and others for past doings. But so you're going to put yourself back out there in a very different way than what other people might be doing. You're going to go on a slow, steady approach, and you're going to be able to test the waters as you go. And see, what's happened is you've started to fall in love and passion for your own life. And then therefore you can go out and express yourself completely as you are, and then in the hope of attracting, other people into your world. And see, it could be raising issues up, still there's layers of unresolved stuff that could still be coming up for you that you feel like you need to apologize for. It's just that. But you're back in your body. And so make sure while you are going back out into the world that you do reconnect with your body and how it feels at certain times. Where's the tension? Where's the issues? Is there things being raised up where you feel you need to apologize? And it comes off the back of self-acceptance. And so we don't get self-acceptance until we actually look into the mirror and look at ourselves and decide that we are beautiful just the way we are. And for everything, there is time under the sun. But we might be coming out as a new version of ourselves. One that's willing to express ourselves physically, emotionally, mentally in a brand new way. So let's get into it, beautiful Taurus. Be still and listen. Your heart will hear what it needs. That's really the getting back to the connecting in with our body, connecting in with our heart space. We're not going out and people pleasing anymore. Even though we might have just found ourselves falling back into that, we've woken back up to that being a pattern. It can be, I say we because I'm a Taurus sun, we can get put ourselves back into a period of isolation when we feel like we're being too much out there, too much for other people. But now we're starting to realize that people just need to accept that we are who we are and this is what we do. This is how we interact with our world. And we do need time in isolation to achieve this. Park your negative thoughts and work only with the positive. And see, this is what's changing for us. And you could be easily distracted too. There's something catching my attention outside the window there. People hanging around in the periphery that have their opinions and beliefs. Don't let past events colour your vision of your future. That's right. So we've now come up with the decision that we are going to go back out there and create our future. Create the life that we truly want. And it doesn't matter what around the periphery is trying to get our attention by waving red flags or whatever it is, that we're just still going to sit in our energy and just go, well, I see you trying to put me off or see you trying to get my attention, but I'm still going in the direction that I truly believe is right for me. Have confidence that you can make progress. So with each time we go out there, we're less and less likely to be apologising for ourselves and more likely saying, no, well, this is the new me. Like it or lump it, I hear. All right. Well, and your intentions at times you could feel like they're falling to the floor. I choose a bright future now. At times it might be easy to feel like you're dropping this. The moment I start to change, the moment I am willing to bring good into my life, the universe responds in kind. So it's a conscious choice that we're making inside of ourself and our being and our energy. To choose good in our life. The future's looking bright, I hear. I have to wear shades or whatever that song. The future's so bright I've got to wear shades. Every day I choose to send loving, healing energy to the planet. See, we're a earth sign too, so connect with the land under your feet has been really important for us. That's how we've ended up getting our energy back to be able to put ourselves back out into the world. My mind does make a difference. So we are all realizing that we are just a part of the whole, and by improving our mental state, our physical state, our emotional state, that we improve the whole. My mind is a powerful healing tool. So we've brought healing to our world, and now's the time to go out there and come from that space. I wake up in the morning loving myself, praising myself and telling myself I love being me. And that's where the changes happen. Less getting up and focusing on all the negativity of the world, because I tell you what, it's out there. Just turn on the news or hop on your computer and it just pours in all the negativity. We're spending more time with ourselves and with our energy in the morning, honouring ourselves, connecting with Mother Earth, and this is making such a profound difference. My day begins and ends with self-love and appreciation. Hallelujah. All right, let's get some advice. What are we going out there and spreading out in the world? Let's have a look. The new and improved Taurus, I hear. The new and improved. It's really important not to look back at things from the past, or not get drawn back into the endless cycle of depleting our energy through excess. The new and improved Taurus does not burn the midnight oil and drink until the sun comes up anymore, I hear. Whatever that thing was. We're pulling back our passions, our drives into a more balanced state. It still might be catching us by some things that we may feel like we really do need to say, and sometimes we may, excuse me, get caught up in that. Excuse me. Sorry about that. And we could just want to go out there and tell everybody how it is. But we're now realizing that we need to lead by example, and less by roaring or charging or expecting, going out there and just dumping it on people. This is what I reckon. Leading by example. Stepping into that Hierophant energy, which is one of our cards. Be the wisdom you want to see in the world. Less raging and roaring. It falls on deaf ears. We've realised that. And so the more we roar, the more other people around us will roar. And it just all ends up in quite a competing of trying to out compete each other, or to speak louder, just have the last word and all the rest of it. And see, we've come from that place, being Taurus, that we can tend to sort of bully other people in conversations. And we've learnt so much that no longer suits us, never did suit us. And we're getting our mojo back by watching what we say and backing up what we say with drive and passion. And sometimes it's not exactly what you say at all. By not saying something can say so much, and you're realizing that now. Every creative dream needs practical planning. And see, we are the masters of practical planning. So the creative dream is coming to us one step at a time, in our own good time, I hear. No longer the beasts of burden, but the ones that go out there and actually, as I said, lead by example. I keep on saying it, leading by example. And show the world now what you've transformed into. After Uranus being in our sign for 7 years, we aren't the same people that we were a 7-year cycle ago. And that is absolutely for sure. We've now realised that we have wings and can fly. They say pigs can't fly, but I've often said bulls sure can. We're starting to see things from a lot different perspective, a higher perspective now. Calmer, knowing that we can be our own, I see this as like a Tinkerbell. We know by here with the intuition to trust our third eye and to listen out for that higher guidance. All right, let's see if there's which way we're heading here. By leaving the drama in the past. Not everything's supposed to work out, and we know that now. But sometimes we learn, if not a lot of the time, we learn from things that don't work out the way we expect them. Some of our hardest lessons can be our most inspirational lessons as well. And that can be, when you start to go through it, is quite a hard pill to swallow. But we now know that certain things aren't meant to work out. And not everything lasts forever. But the wisdom that we've got from these different experiences has led us to who we are. And we like to keep our energy cloaked. But now we're starting to come out. And at half the time we feel like we need to go share this information, and half the time we just sit in quiet contemplation. And there are challenges around us, that's for sure. And there's a good old, we need to spend money to make money. Careful of that too. We are stability. But we're also starting to find our passion. And your passion could be in speaking. And speaking our truth no matter what. If people don't like what we have to say these days, we don't really care. But we're not mouthing off. We're waiting for people to prove themselves first before going in there and telling people what we think. And that's the difference. Because we've been through so much struggle. Sometimes it's taken us to lose everything to realise what we do have. And that's inner wisdom that is absolutely profound. knowing that we do have the answers within. And by knowing that, it's given us the ability to see things from a higher perspective and get the reins in our life. Less listening to the gossip and opinions of others now. They only serve to tie us down. Less gossiping ourselves. Less unsolicited opinions all round. And also less mouthing off. We don't tolerate people that come with their big opinions at us, but nor are we tolerating it from ourselves anymore. See, sometimes in the past here, you can say things that can feel like they end up so big and get out of control here. But we're also allowing people to make their own mistakes now. And pouring our emotions back into ourselves. Because we know we need to ground ourselves to get our balance in our emotions and be able to see things from a much higher perspective here. And yes, we are comfortable at sitting around by ourselves. At times, we could feel like we are completely isolating ourselves. And when we know that it's enough, that we've done enough now of being by ourselves, we take ourselves out of this and go out and do something for ourselves to balance it out. Because this is where our true happiness lies. And see, a lot of the time we love being at home. And we want our home to be a peaceful, bountiful, happy place. So at times we can be quite happy by ourselves. But other times we do need company and friendships and relationships. So going back to the start here, we're starting to put ourselves back out there. But as a new and improved Taurus. One that listens and is listened to. One that dances like no one's watching and wanting someone else to come along for the ride. At times pulling our energy back into quietness and other times putting ourselves back out there. Everything is balanced. So if you feel like you need to get back out into the world, do so. Test out the new you. Take the new you for a run. Lead by example. The world needs us as we are, the new and improved Taurus. No longer the beast of burden, but now the bull in the paddock instead of the cow. So I really hope that helped, beautiful Taurus. If you'd like to like, subscribe and all that good stuff, I'd just like to say thank you and bye for now.